Hey everyone, we are live again with another episode of Tuesday Treat. If you can hear me, just type hi or type hashtag live. Just wanted to make sure you can see me, you can hear me. We have another amazing guest today with us. We'll be starting in a minute, so just let me know if you can hear me. Let me see, we have one person watching this live. Can you type hi if you can hear me? So we'll start in just few seconds now. Yeah, I can see that I'm live. So if you can hear me, just let me know. Well, today I have a very special guest, and she is somebody I've met on a different on a networking group, and I'm amazed by her expertise on LinkedIn. I understand we are on Facebook doing live, but LinkedIn is one important platform that is very essential uh, for especially for coaches to get clients and to build their profile and see their potential I mean build something for their potential clients so that they can see what you're up to. And our guest today is a LinkedIn expert. Let me just have her. She's Janice Porter, and she is a LinkedIn expert. So just give me a second. I'll just have her in the show, and let's welcome her. Hey, Janice, can you hear me?
I can, Adil. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Well, thank you so much for accepting to be our guest today. And I understand you have a very busy schedule, but it's really nice of you that you agreed to be a part of this show. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much for that.
You're very
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah. So this is a show that we do once a week, and we do it for coaches. And what we do is we invite guests who are expert in some something that coaches actually need in their business. So whatever our guests who come on this show do, it helps them. It helps coaches achieve their goals, their objective. So let me just jump right into question one, where I mean, can you tell us something about yourself and what you do?
Well, thank you for having me, first of all. And basically, I bill myself as a relationship marketing specialist. And why I do that is because I think what I bring to the table to LinkedIn and the training that I do on LinkedIn is the fact that I my ultimate goal for my clients is that they can use LinkedIn to build relationships online, do it strategically, and then take them offline and continue the relationship towards generating referrals, generating business, generating referral partners. It can be a myriad of things, but the point is that it's an online networking tool that is totally underutilized. And so that's the end goal with what I do. Um, I teach people how to build their profile to speak to those target people that they want to meet and do business with. And from the what I call magnetic profile, we go into the other pieces that then will generate leads for them.
Okay, that's nice. And yeah, I understand. LinkedIn for a long time has always been considered as a platform for professionals. and Facebook has always been something where you use that casually. But I mean, in recent times, we've seen shifts where LinkedIn is also becoming more casual, and Facebook becoming more professional, where people are doing, or let's say not professional, but people are doing business using their groups on Facebook, and I mean even their profiles. So how would you say? I mean, how LinkedIn is still important, and how relevant LinkedIn is in times like these that we are having.
Well, I think one of the things to mention there is that Facebook is still definitely more casual than LinkedIn. But you just said, Adil, that people are doing business through their groups. Well, they're being forced to do it through groups on Facebook where they used to do it on their Facebook business pages. But now LinkedIn won't give you any visibility unless you pay to play, so to speak. So a lot of those people have moved over to LinkedIn. I'm sure that'll change in time too, where LinkedIn will expect something different. But for now, LinkedIn gives you an opportunity or a place for you to build your own credibility in your personal profile. And I think one of the things that people don't realize sometimes when they're building their profile is it's not a resume, and it's also not your company. So when you're speaking about you in your about section of LinkedIn, people want to know a little bit about who you are so they can relate to you. So there's a certain way that you want to build your profile. And I'm really fussy about that with my clients. I want to make sure that they do it in such a way that it does self-select people, but it also attracts the right people. And I think that answered your question. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
sure. No, you did, and this very well connect me to my next question, which is, I mean, mostly the audience we have over here are coaches or consultants. So how do you see LinkedIn as an important tool for them to market their service or position themselves as a brand?
Okay, so quite often a coach or consultant, their brand is themselves, unless they've written a book or have a signature course or speaking piece that they do, and they may have named them their business after that. But ultimately, people are going to do business with you if they're going to be coached by you, so they want to really get a sense of who you are. So a couple of things. One, for coaches and consultants, it's really important that they fully optimize their profile and it speaks to who they are, and that they take advantage of building their visibility and their credibility with what they do through the content that they put out there. What I totally support that, but I also think I like to say the magic's in the mailbox. The real money is made by building relationships through the messaging strategies that people do. And so it's important that they know how to uh, uh, search specifically for the type of people that they want to connect with and have as clients, so that then they can spread the word about themselves to the right people. And so the searching and then the type of messaging that they do is really important. And that way they're doing both things. They're getting seen, being more visible as a subject matter expert, as a coaching specialist. And secondly, they're also reaching out to the kind of people that could be referral partners, could be referrals, could be their end user business.
Yeah, exactly. And I really like how you structure it, that you say, I mean, it has to be about how you are showcasing yourself, and then you are presenting your message that represents you so that your audience, they get to know who you are. And often, I mean, with this approach, often you get to hear this Facebook versus LinkedIn debate, where I mean, people say if we are to showcase more about ourselves, then what's a better platform than Facebook, where we are more casual, but your client get to see and or get to connect with you. So how do you address that?
Well, one of the things that I want to be clear about is it's important through your content to show your expertise, but on your profile, especially in the about section, which I spend a lot of time on, it's not so much that I want to read all your accomplishments. I want to know how you're going to solve my problems. What solutions are you going to bring to the table for me? How do you work with me that will make me go, oh, this is the person for me? So that's really how I structure the about section. So people are very clear on what you can do for them. And most often people will have websites, and I suppose that it shows up there as well. But when people are searching for you, they check you out online, they're going to Google you. And if your website is not strongly search engine optimized, LinkedIn will come up probably higher because Google indexes LinkedIn really highly. So you want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile speaks to the best version of you.
That's something even I didn't know about Google indexing LinkedIn profile. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, that's an insight for me that Google does that. And yes, this really makes sense that your audience, they are not interested in you. They are only interested and they only care about how you can solve their problem.
Exactly.
And I think LinkedIn with their profile summary and the intersection, it really provides that space where anybody who is searching for you can get to see that. Uh, so I mean, just because you're an expert, so I'm trying to, I mean, just put in some of the things that often people ask or think about. I mean, how do you see? I mean, is it true that LinkedIn groups are not as effective as Facebook groups?
Yeah, they
And
kind of got pushed to the back. Sorry.
Mhm. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Well, LinkedIn groups kind of disappeared. LinkedIn kind of made it hard for you to find them, and they put some restrictions on them. I think they'll come back eventually, but they're not really that strong right now. I think that's why I say personalized messaging and building rapport online, finding out more and showing interest in another person, and then taking it offline to a Zoom call or a StreamYard or whatever, and getting to know that person so that they can know, like, and trust you enough to do business with you. That's the key, right? And I'll even give your audience a little tip that is kind of a hot thing right now with LinkedIn. It can only be done from your mobile phone, but then it shows up on desktop and laptops as well. But here's what it is. You can do a video message to somebody on LinkedIn to just say, hi, here's who I am. I'd love to have a chat with you. Consider it like an introduction, but they can see you. And you're talking, you're animated, you're real. And it's a bit of a shocker sometimes, but if you're comfortable on video, it's a great tool to use. And if anyone wants to know how to do it, they can just text me and I'll send them instructions.
That's awesome. And I think this very naturally moves me to my favorite question, where I actually ask our guests if they have any gift or treat actually for our audience. So, do you have any treat for us?
So you got a bonus. And absolutely, on my website at janiceporter.com, if you just go to janiceporter.com, on the very first page, there's a video of what I do. And just below it, there's a box that shows a free download of a 16-point checklist of how you should set up your profile and the things that you should make sure that you do on your profile. And your audience is welcome to take a copy of that. In return, hopefully I don't send a lot of emails, but if I do send you a newsletter once in a while, hopefully you won't mind. But that's it, really. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that'll be great. I think, can you, meanwhile, what I'm doing is I'm just getting the link. I'll be pasting that here. Meanwhile,
Okay.
can you just explain a bit about the 16 steps to a fully optimized LinkedIn profile that you are sharing with us?
Well, I can't explain them all, but I can just show you that there's things that people forget when they're building their
Exactly.
profile. And so this gives you the opportunity to make sure you add all of the different smaller pieces, but also don't miss anything, because I'll tell you this, that you may have something that you volunteer for, or that you are associated with a certain organization. And if you put those things in there, they may seem like so unrelated to what you do for your business. But when someone's looking at your profile, they may see something that gives them a starting point for a conversation, and vice versa if you're looking at somebody else's as well to start a conversation. Sometimes it can be that little starting point that then starts the rapport, and it's just worth it to have it in there. So, for example, I was involved with a basketball organization here where I was on the board of directors, and so it's not related to what I do at all. But somebody I know was looking at my profile because they wanted me to be on their podcast, and they saw that. And that's what they started the conversation with because they were a basketball fan as well. And so we were able to bond very quickly. So you see what I mean? How that can make all the
Yeah.
difference. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, can you just quickly check on the screen? I am sharing your website link. If it's correct, I'll share that. Is it
I don't know where to look.
correct? I mean, look on this main screen where
Oh,
we are streaming. Can you? Yeah.
um,
I think it's the camera in front of you. I think you can see it over there as well.
I can't see it. No, I can't. But I'll just tell you, it's basic. You tell me what it says, and oh, there it is. Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
I see it now.
yeah.
It's perfect.
Okay, so yeah. So I'll be sharing the link on the Facebook thread as well for people to go there. It's really on the main homepage right below the video.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's actually it says 16 steps to a fully optimized LinkedIn profile. There's a download button that you can download it. And quickly before we go, I just thought of one question. I mean, it's important, and I understand that how important optimizing your profile is. But any tip that you will give us about how people can generate some sort of engagement or the content that they share? I mean, does it link with the profile optimization, or there are certain other things that they need to do in order to make sure that they are getting the visibility or the reach that they are hoping for on LinkedIn?
Okay, so it all starts with your profile. And I always suggest that people make sure their profile is completely filled out as much as possible in the best possible light first. Then you go
Hmm.
into the other two pieces. So with content, you want to make sure that you are visible regularly, that you're consistent on LinkedIn. And so what does that mean? It's different to Facebook. You don't have to be on there 5 times a day, or, like Instagram so much. I would say for a busy business person, 3 times a week would be great. If you can be on there once a day being visible and engaging with other people, then you will start to see some increase in the volume of people that are looking at you and what you do. And then in terms of the messaging, it's really, again, getting into a habit. How many new people do I want to reach out to today? How many people can I manage in a week, in a month? So it's different for everybody. But again, it's about being consistent. It's about starting conversations and then following up and moving them forward and getting them offline.
Yeah.
I hope
Thank you
that
so much, Janice, for sharing that. Yeah, it really answers the question and give us a starting point too. So, I mean, whoever who's watching right now, or if you watch this on replay, I highly recommend reaching out to Janice. Download this profile optimization checklist, and she's tagged in the Facebook post as well. So do connect and reach out to her, and do talk about getting your profile at least reviewed by Janice. I'm sure you'll benefit a lot from her. So thank you very much, Janice, once again, for being on the show. I really appreciate you taking time out for us, and for audience, we'll be back next week with another expert, another guest on Tuesday Treat. Till then, take care. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thanks, Adil. I just realized that